Please like and share the stream. Please like and share the stream. Please like to share the stream. If you're wondering what you're listening to right now, this is Godzilla. You know who I am. The original track on all streaming platforms. If you care about EDM music, go check out Godzilla. Go check them out. Go check them out. Go check them out. Like, share the stream. Whoever cares to be up at this time, because I understand we got normal lives to live. But like and share the stream. Go subscribe to Godzilla. Go subscribe to Godzilla. Go stream all original tracks. Stream on YouTube on his channel, Mile High Electro, every Saturday, 9 p.m. Mountain Time. Go show us some love. We're not playing out here. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get into it when you get. Let me change this. Ooh. Whoa. Sorry about that, folks. One man band today. Give me a minute. Right. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out. I don't even think I got any viewers, but shout out to Camilo. Yes, speaking to himself, you know. Just I don't know. I like how that sounds better. On the as far as the title goes. Whoa. Is my levels good, Camilo? Alright, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever cares to be here, whoever cares to be up at this time for this stream. I am HT or Jesus, depending how well you know me or how close you can get to me. And ladies and gentlemen, as you guys could tell, I'm chilling today. Today is a Wednesday. You know what the humans like to say, hump day, hump week. I don't know. You know those things that the humans say. But today is Wednesday. It's definitely been a good day, a long one. Thank you, man. Thank you. Shout out to you. Video coming soon. We just shot something. You know, we're trying something, so hopefully it works out. It's coming soon. Camilo on the edit and on the shoot. So shout out to you, fam. If you're in here, just drop me a like, share it. It doesn't cost you nothing, man. But today, ladies and gentlemen, as you guys could tell, I'm 100% by myself. And as I was preparing for the stream, just setting everything up, I'm literally by myself. But one thing I was starting to feel is that that airy feeling of silence and being by yourself. I was starting to feel that airiness, right? And usually when you would hear that, most people would view it as not such a good thing. But to me personally, I love silence, and I love being alone on my own, especially when I get to be alone in my own studio at MTI Studios. That's the environment you're seeing right now. And that airiness was almost giving me goosebumps because I truly enjoy that. It's great to be able to just to like sit in something of your own and just enjoy it, and just like it's almost calming, it's almost relaxed, regardless of my day, regardless of what how long it took me to set up or whatever little I had to double check everything. It's a feeling that I've learned and understood to use it to my benefit and for it to help me more. Yes, we can finally say MTI Studios. That's what you are seeing right now. That's what you've been seeing on the last streams, on the last podcast. This is officially MTI Studios. MTI Studios. And then, like, so yeah, welcome to MTI Studios. You will continue to see more. Well, you guys have, if you even care to know what's going on this channel and what's going on our end in the whole GT crew. Shout out to the GT crew, Osvaldo, Jose, Camilo, Katzinsila. One love, y'all. And yeah, that song I was playing earlier is it's, let me make sure I get the name right. You Know Who I Am. New original track by Katzinsila. Please go subscribe to all platforms. Maha Electro stream every Saturday 9 p.m. and go run that up for us. You know, MTI Records is in the building and in full effect. So please go run that up. But as I was saying, it's just it's almost comforting to be able to be in silence and alone in this environment, in this thing that we got going on here, you know? I love it. It's very comforting, it's motivating, is and most important, it's eerie. One thing y'all should know about me, that I love eeriness. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you know that energy, that vibe that sometimes it's just you don't know if it's scary, you don't know if it's safe, you don't know what it is, but there's an eeriness that I truly enjoy, you know, and right now that's what I'm feeling. That's why it's definitely been it's a work day today, you know, regular stuff, normal stuff, just got off work, but you know, I could have easily said, nah, just go home, you know, I'm tired. I'm not lying, I'm tired, I'm always tired. But one thing you need to understand is that it doesn't matter. The eeriness of it all is so much fun, you know what I mean? And it's why I went on and said, "Ah, who cares? I don't care about the time right now. I'm gonna do this by myself." Because I wanted to bask in this eeriness, in this silence, in this loneliness of this beautiful environment. And as I use those words to describe this environment, to me, those are all great positive words. I truly live for the eeriness of things. If if you guys are looking at the stream right now, those photos that I use, well, these are all my personal photos that I've taken, that I've edited. Like for example, this one with the grasshopper, this is a simple photo. This is literally, I think, I was just outside on a deck and the grasshopper was just clearly there. Whoa, where did I go? Was just there. But even that photo, well, first the black and white. I think that's why I love black and white. The airiness of black and white is I think that's why I mainly shoot in black and white a lot, or I end up editing in black and white if I don't originally shoot in black and white. But exactly, but the airiness of that photo, that's what I mean. That's exactly what I mean about me describing me enjoying airiness. It's almost a little creepy, a little more frightening. You're not too sure. It's gonna give you goosebumps. It's gonna make you uncomfortable. It's gonna make you be like, what's going on? You know, it's just when that cold breeze of fall or autumn hits you. Every, eerie, eerie. Yeah, thank you. But it's just like that cold wind hits you in pure fall, and you just get those little goosebumps. You know what I mean? And to me, I really enjoy that feeling. That feeling is so comforting. That's why, as you guys can see, in these two photos, they're both. I feel that's how I'm truly satisfied to leave something alone. Because and I get this a lot when I show people my photos. Like, what is that? Why? Flip your photo around. I don't get it. My brain. Yeah, facts. Yes, yes, and that's another design because it's part of the team. So you know, what's mine is yours. But yeah, facts. But that's when I that's when I'm satisfied with something as far as photos. If I can make an image feel airiness, give you that uncomfortable silence, that comfortable feeling that most people don't like that feeling. I rejoice in it. Just that's why you guys get me alone today, talking to you guys about nonsense. As you HT speaking, I'm speaking to myself. That's another thing that I think I really enjoy doing. Back to the whole earnings, airy concept of conversation. I've learned to enjoy to speak to myself because sometimes, and of course, I adapt. I'm understanding to what the norm is to be or whatever, and I can adapt. But a lot of the times, I find myself that the best kind of conversations that are important to me and I need to have are a lot of the times are done with myself. You know what I mean? It's just really going back and forth with myself, going through the network of thoughts that I gather in a 24 um, time span, and I think that's why I enjoy doing these, is because I I like speaking to myself. I enjoy that. And let me see. Give me a quick minute. Yeah, let me check something. What the hell's going on with this computer here? I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Something's going on with my computer over there. All right. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. My computer was glitching out or something. Here we are. Okay. This. So, like I was saying, that's why I kind of enjoy doing this. 'Cause I enjoy doing these ones like 100% by myself because it's something I've always done. I still do it sometimes before I go to bed, type thing. You know. So I enjoyed speaking to myself. I enjoy kind of bouncing ideas off myself, right? A lot of times, um, it is nice to get a different perspective than other people, and I do search for different perspective. That's why I'm big. I'm big on when I'm working on something. I'm always getting opinions. I'm always sending things out, and and hoping in some constructive uh, criticism per se, right? And I'm always looking for that, and I do that. That's kind of part of my creative process with everything that I do. I'm always asking, "What do you think? What do you think?" But sometimes only you can see what you're trying to get to or trying to accomplish. And in those times, sometimes that's why um, doing things on your own or being by yourself or having that inner monologue that we all have. Everybody speaks to themselves. So if right now you're in here thinking like, what's up with him? I'm like, but you do it too. You're just probably not that open, but you speak to yourself since you wake up, you go to bed. You know, that inner voice that we all humans have, right? So a lot of the times, you know, and you know, I love my team, and I do think I do have creative people around me, and even people that are not so creative, but I still deem the opinions worthy and valid. So a lot of the times, you know, only you as a creative could only really see where you're trying to go and what kind is the end goal, because when you're creating, it's a lot about feeling, a lot about, okay, how does it feel to you, right? Because that's how you're going to confirm the art, whatever it may be. A lot of times, and Camilo was asking me this question earlier after we got done shooting this other video that's coming soon, is that what does a creative need? And now that I'm kind of just kind of flowing and stuff, I'm thinking of what a creative needs, and this is just from my personal um humble opinion, right? Because everybody's different, everybody creates different, you know. Yes, we did see progress, little baby steps. Everything will eventually just get even better, even sicker, even doper, right? Baby steps, but yeah, for sure. I'm glad the audio sounding banging right now. Banging. But um Camilo asked me, what does a creative person need, right? And I told him, damn, that's a good question, but it's a complicated one. So, but one thing as I'm describing this and I'm talking to y'all right now, I think is as a creative, like I said, everybody's different. Everybody creates different. Everybody's creative perspective is different. Everybody's process will be different. Everything as far as those kind of things and ideas and notions are very individualized to the person. But if we were trying to list of things that just across the board, no matter what kind of creative you are, you need is, so just thinking about it right now, what I just got done describing, I think a creative needs to know how to be alone. He needs to learn how to be comfortable with the silence. He needs to learn how to be alone with his own thoughts in his own presence, right? Because a lot of the times, and obviously, you know, I am around people when I create sometimes. I won't say I'm not, but a lot of the times the, the final thing that I'm good with is decided me on my own. So if I was gonna answer, if I was gonna start answering Camilo's question that he asked me earlier, one thing that a creative needs, from my humble perspective, is that you need to be okay being alone. You need to be comfortable being in silence. You need to be comfortable being able to wander around your your creative space, your studio, your room, your basement, your closet, whatever you deem your creative space. Just roaming alone around, trying to find this creation that continues to pull at you. You need to be comfortable with being alone, because as I've said in the past, a lot of times creativity, um, I definitely think we all have it just by nature, just by you being human, just like you have a brain. You know, some people use it in different ways. Some people probably never use it, but we all just have it just as being humans. That's what makes us humans. That's why we love creativity, right? And we're so obsessed with it, and it causes a deeper part of yourself. But for me personally, and why the being alone when I'm trying to create, when I'm trying to think of something, when I'm trying to strategize, stretch out an idea, see if an idea is actually legit, is you got to be alone, because sometimes um you're gonna have to go somewhere that you haven't been to get that creation, get that that final product, to really understand. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to go somewhere else. You're almost gonna have to leave this place, this reality, to really construct. Because just with this image of the grasshopper staring into the abyss with this, this geometrical shape that you see here, that first, like I said, this is a simple photo. This is just a grasshopper on the top of rotten. It's a grasshopper on top of rotten wood of a deck of a home. You know what I mean? So how can you give it more than what it is? How can you develop a world within this simplistic photo that just, anybody can shoot this photo. You know what I mean? Anybody with the simple camera phone can shoot this exact photo that I shot. But what makes this photo mine and what makes this HTs or NTIs or my aesthetic that I prefer is that, well, 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 first, the details on the grasshopper are impeccable. And this is probably, I didn't shoot this with a good camera. I think I made it look like this after editing. But if we really look, like if we look at the legs of the grasshopper, you see the lines, the indentures almost as zebra, and like the just how the body combs down to the bottom of his tail to hit his hind legs, and his antennas clearly standing up with his eyes in the shadow of it. That's one part of it. And then the fact that it's just kind of looking to abyss, and we just had it like a geometrical shape. Pardon me if I don't know the exact name of this geometrical shape that I've used, but I'm very into geometry in a real way, in a sacred way, just say it like that. And this is what makes this image mine. Because like I said, anybody can take this picture. Anybody can add black and white to it. But when you see this and the way I placed it in the eeriness and that, has to be that. So for me to even comfortably reach that, I have to be alone. I have to search freely and peacefully, just like the chat is saying right now, right? With no obstacles in my way, with no idea that's not possible. Because a lot of the times to get these grand, beautiful, enlightened things that we get to view through our creativity is that we have to go pull from other worlds. You know what I mean? Because like for me personally, a lot of the times certain things can't be made in this reality. Other things can definitely be made in this reality, but certain things I honestly don't think can be made in this reality. You know what I mean? And for me, a lot of the times, that's the question. Where do I need to go and pull from that reality, that world, and come back and put this and show this to this reality? And that photo, any of my photos or any of my work that are just like that, is that. I have to leave this reality for a little bit. I have to get lost and hike through my imagination and try different things. And sometimes those things you try don't work out, but maybe the next thing does work out. That next idea, or that next pattern, or that next perspective of viewing something does work out, And that's what we have to understand. So that's the first thing any creative needs. You just got to be comfortable in your own imagination, with your own thoughts, with the person that you are at the moment or you choose to be, right? It's just like the title of Catsincila's new track, you know who I am, but be comfortable in your own silence. Be comfortable in your own space. Just be comfortable in your own mind. So so whatever the final product will be, it will be you in its full essence. You know what I mean? And it's something that you can confidently display, show the world, and be proud of, right? And The second thing, now that I think about this question, like I mentioned it earlier, is that as a creative, I think you you have you have to be okay with that at first glance, after finishing the product, after locking up the studio, after leaving, whatever, or you know, getting up from your laptop, your iPad, shoot, even your phone, depending on what you're editing on, is that you might reach a satisfactory place within that piece or the what you're attempting to put together, but it doesn't mean you're gonna like it. It doesn't mean that you want to look at it right away. And in my humble opinion, the second thing I would say that a creative person needs is don't be afraid if you don't like something of yours that you've developed or made or an idea. Just give it time. Don't look at it for a little bit, maybe a week, 3 weeks. Sometimes I can't look at any of my stuff for like 2 3 months, and then when I finally go back, I see the value in it. You know, I understand why I work so hard on it. The second thing is that you got to be comfortable understanding that, like me personally, I don't ever like anything that I don't. I just I always struggle with accepting anything that especially that I've produced in any way or made or added to it, from a simple thing, from a conversation to a photo to a piece of writing to how things look, right? How where you guys are seeing me in this environment. It takes me a while to like my own work. Like it really does. At a point that sometimes it almost feels that I'm not gonna like it. Uh, But when I start thinking like that, I know I just gotta put it down and I gotta stop looking at it because I'm gonna try it myself nuts. So the creative, I honestly think you be comfortable with your loneliness and silence. Those two things go hand in hand to equal out peace enough for it to allow you to comfortably and freely wander into your imagination with no barriers or no limitations as such that reality could give you. And the second thing is that you're not supposed to like it, but that doesn't mean it's not something. That doesn't mean somebody else doesn't like it. That doesn't mean somebody else is not reaching enjoyment from it. You know what I mean? You just gotta stop looking at it for be okay, right? Because like earlier when we are playing back the video, making sure we didn't corrupt the file this time, I Camilo was like, "Do you like it?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's cool." But like I was telling him, I was trying to explain to him, I don't easily like my stuff right away. It takes me a while to finally like just accept it and even like to even call it my own. You know what I mean? It because that's it's two different things. The process to get that to the final work or the process to produce whatever you're producing is one thing, right? I can be hype in the moment, I can be getting ideas, I can be talking to different people and whatnot. But then afterwards and living with it and it existing at how it is a whole different process of accepting it and loving it and allowing it to belong as part of you. Because for me, as soon as you produce something, it will always be yours, you know, right? It will always have your DNA. But there's a difference when you're willing to go back to those works. Like the photos that I've been using or you see on these streams or these podcasts that I use, these are old photos. They're just really old designs. I wish I can recall the year and stuff. These are all photos. They're old photos. These are old designs. Obviously, I'm still making new ones and put out new ones, but these are all old. But I can comfortably call it back, and obviously, I'm never satisfied because I think every time I see something or I see something I wanna do I want to do something new. I don't. One thing about me, as far as, and I'm not saying that nostalgia doesn't inspire me. It definitely does. I can't deny that. But I try not to go back to it a lot, to be honest. I really don't. Sometimes, you know, it's just, I don't know, sometimes the value of nostalgia is not as much as we we believe it is, right? Because think about nostalgia in us, we like it. It's something familiar, something we've seen before, something that is is close to us, right? And that's fine too. There's nothing wrong with that because, like I said, I do it too. But what real value does it? It's the only time that it could probably bring any real value is if it inspires you, push it somewhere else, or or create something totally 100% different, as original as you could be, right? But I right now I'm very worried about nostalgia and using it to create, right? Even though I'm literally wearing a vintage Columbia jacket right now, quick fit check from the early 90s, you know? Or maybe I just don't mind it inspiring me in clothes, right? No, I'm lying. I don't even then. Because I'll wear this vintage piece and I enjoy it and I like it. There's a reason why I got it. But if I end up making a piece of clothes, I don't know. That's something I gotta work through that thought right there. I'm not sure yet. To in, in which way am I comfortable in using nostalgia? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's interesting. That's why I'm gonna have to get back to y'all on that one. That literally just tell me right. Loneliness, silence, be okay not liking your work right away. And if I had to add another one to answer that question, I don't know yet. Oh, it'll come to me or not come to me, but yeah. And one thing I should say about creativity, about me personally, because just off the video we shot, it's just kind of on my mind generally. Creativity is probably the only reason I'm still alive. Aside from obviously my brother, these and other great people that I get to have in my life. But creativity solely is the reason why, like, I'm gonna be able to go home and try to get some right because I did this, I did something, you know. Even if it was just talking into a mic and nobody listening to me, right? Creativity is still that pulse of life that I need reminding of. You know what I mean? And I love it, love it, love it. I love that feeling it gives me. And even as tired I could be sounding right now, I love this. I love being here. I love that I'm streaming right now. I love that I'm having this discussion with myself. But creativity to me is still that lifeline that I need it to remind me that we got to keep going. So usually when I do these things by myself, I just like kind of going through like basically a monthly recap and or just what's usually on my mind. So the next thing would be, I don't know if anybody in here was watching the last podcast that we've been shooting with the Good Trip Squad. And we've been talking about love and marriage, love and marriage, and me, I'm always the one, making people speak about things and having discussion and getting their perspectives on things. I'm that guy, I'm that annoying guy. I'm always trying to have a deep conversation. You know what I mean? That's just me. That's just one of my many powers. You know what I mean? So so what the reason why I can't it's kind of well first of all, it's always on my mind. You know what I mean? And I think it's always been on my mind, or I've been aware of this concept, love, marriage. Developing a real loving relationship with the significant other. I've always been aware of it because early on, I mean, things definitely have gone better now. There's definitely more structure and stuff. But to be honest with y'all, I I I always understood that it's probably not gonna come easy for me. Like I always knew that about those topics of marriage, about that big human step that people should definitely take. It's definitely valid. It's definitely important. It's definitely needed, and and I do think it does bring peace to certain people's lives when it's legit, and it's real, and it's based on real love. But it's always the subject line's always been on my mind because I've always knew that it wasn't gonna be easy. I wasn't easily gonna be able to obtain that, and I've been thinking like that since I was 10, 9, even before I dealt with any level of heartbreak. I always understood that just by being able to acknowledge my surroundings and understanding where I come from and the environment that life gave me for me to exist in, just by observing that environment, I knew that it wasn't going to be an easy thing for me to obtain, or to have. Of course, I could see it, I have friends, I've grew up with people that, had love all around them, right? But it's always something that haunted me because early on I understood, so, okay, this is something we need. This is something, natural process that we genuinely need as humans. It was for a while I accepted it that like everything else that I sometimes put in this category that I don't enjoy human things, human thing category, right? And for a while I accepted, put that topic or that conversation or that process in that pile. You know what I mean? But things happen, things change, life continues on. And now I'm kind of in the middle of it. It's still kind of in the pile that maybe it's going to be one of those things that I just don't get to have. And it's cool. And I've learned to pay the price for certain things for me to be able to do other certain things or to think or to be even to be able to think the way I think or to even express myself or to even be and exist. You know what I mean? I've always lived that balance that I know I'm gonna pay a price for not being able to do something or not having something, but that price I pay with that means I'm gonna be able to do something else, right? And whatever that could be. So I'm still really there with that subject line, but I definitely think it's important. I definitely think humans definitely need it, and if you have it, and I hope it's real, because that's kind of the main reason why I struggle with that at the same time because when you see it dissolving in front of you from you are aware and conscious of yourself when an adult and I never seen them like the adults in your life really have it. uh when you do, if I do get to have it, whatever the case may be, I just hope it's real. That's all I ask for. Everything else I'll adjust, I'll compromise, whatever that, but it has to be real. Not real, I'm not with it. Because even when I said in that podcast that I had with Camilo and Jose, shout out to y'all, I asked the question is like, can you really obtain love if you've never faced pain? If you've never been through the darkness? Can you really say you have love or you feel it? And one thing that I remember Camilo answered when I asked him that question is that he would never tell somebody what they feel because people can feel love. I don't know, but to me, and why it hunts me constantly hunts me in my adult life or even as a child is because, well, first there was no real like between two people like real love type thing. I That wasn't a thing for me early on in my life. Probably half of my life. It was even though I'm very grateful for my family, my mother, but those things you know, I didn't get to have the best example. So when you know that be just because of where you come from, that it might be a little harder for you, just like everything else that complicates with going through those kind of things comes with, you're very wary about it, very cautious, very curious about it, right? And I think because the team that I'm with right now, I got a good mixed bag, of it. Young guy, young guys, But it's interesting to see it from a different perspective. And I like to hear it because, like I said, I'm still in between. And if I don't end up having it, I'm cool with that too. That means I'm gonna be able to do other things. But if I do get it, it just, it just, it has to be real, man. I don't play with that like that. I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't. It's a real thing to me, and it's a serious thing, and I understand it. And I understand the power of love because aside from finding a significant other to develop life, obviously you get it through your family, you get it through your friends, you get it through people close to you. There's love, right? Because love exists more than one way for sure, right? The love you have for a dog for sure, right? But so I definitely do get it. I'm not gonna act like I don't because I'm very grateful. I do think I do get a lot of love. Sometimes it's not the easiest thing for me to accept or to embrace, but I do know that I do get a lot of love for sure. I've always had, but yeah, that's why I got the team to talk about it just here because I mean it's a human thing. You got to deal with this one way or another. Nothing like it's nothing too crazy. It's nothing that you can tell me you don't know nothing about. Because I think even if maybe you haven't gone through or you haven't got your heart or whatever the case may be, it's a human thing. You naturally know something about it or you're starting to think about it, right? Because I think one thing as humans is that we can't end up alone. Normally you can't, right? And I've debated that within myself too. Because I know if I end up alone, I'm gonna lose my mind. I know that. But if that's the route that I intentionally take and accept for myself, if I'm gonna pay that high price of that, that means that the output of that price has to give me something grander and bigger than my. That's the only way that I'm intentionally accepting that lane or that role to end up by myself and lose legitimately my mind. But if I lose my mind, that means I have to produce something bigger, grander than myself. Because if you're gonna lose your mind, you better do it with a bang. It's like Nikola Tesla. You know what I mean? You better put your best foot forward. And if you're gonna accept to lose your mind, just make sure that output of that price, even if you do die sad or lonely or never producing kin of your own or whatever you want to call it, right? That's definitely still a debate within myself. It's always been a debate since I was young because sometimes like that's why sometimes I think certain things I just don't get sometimes. And I'm pretty aware. I'm pretty like observant, but sometimes you see humans do or say things, and I'm just like, yo, what's up? What is that? You know what I mean? So that's still, that's still something that I have a back and forth, and I've been having back and forth for all my life about that. So that thought of choosing to end up on myself. You know what I mean? Even though obviously I know I have family around me, but by myself, So that's that's the main reason why I like to bring it up, and it's interesting to watch people in different contexts of conversations and how they react. I mean, because in this conversation, I and it's on video, so it's not like I'm not gonna say the name, but it's on video, it's recorded, it's there. Some people are gonna hide behind sarcasm, comedy, in a way to avoiding the subject. It might make them. Oh, sorry. It might make them feel uncomfortable, whatever the case may be. So that's always funny to watch. I love that, and that's why I think I always like to put my little experiments together, especially in just general conversation. I think this is why I'm going for this platform and these things that you're seeing me do. You know what I mean? Because it's interesting to watch humans just kind of react to thoughts or to things, or even get them to think just a little bit for that moment to see if they're gonna face it or they're gonna run away from it, or are we gonna get something beautiful? Because in the last podcast, I can't speak no more, ladies and gentlemen. In the last podcast I did with Jose and Camilo, nah, we don't do that over here. Shout out to the team. You know who you are, and you're probably in here. Nah, shout out to the team. We don't do that around. But, anyways, it's interesting to just kind of have different subject lines and getting people speak about things that maybe they do think about it, they don't say it out loud, or they maybe never think about it. I don't know. And just kind of confronting them with that reality or that thought process, and just kind of really visually seeing their their reaction and being able to go back to, it's so interesting. That's why I think that's what I've always kind of done too. I've always liked to just try random experiments with people, and and not really tout people. Sometimes you just gotta throw things up in there and see what happens. Put people in different environments, see how they react. See if that pressure eats them. And that's and I'm open with my team. My team knows that that's that's what this whole thing is. That's what we are. That's what I'm an experiment too within this whole thing. Just they are, respectfully, of course. But that's the great thing, right? And that's the because those real moments, back to that authenticness of things and thoughts and being in existence, is that those real moments can help a person a lot, either to be able to look in the mirror and be like, damn, why did I react like that? Or be like, damn, I said that. Oh, that's how I actually feel. Okay, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the times people want to prepare for everything, and I get it. Prepare, you know, be great if that's what works for you. But sometimes you just got to get pushed out the plane. Hopefully, you remember to put your parachute on, and you remember how to pull it. Sometimes you just got to get pushed out the plane, and they see what happens, right? And that's a very specific um, thing that I just do. I'm a very uh, uh, I lost the word. Um, you know, I obviously I understand scheduling and planning, and of course it's part of my life in some way. But I'm more of about the plane. I know my parachute is on, so but we'll figure out where we're gonna land and where this air is gonna take us, right? Because I'm best at thinking on my feet. I'm best in the moment. I'm best when the moment calls for you. So and I enjoy watching other pushing other people in that way. It's first hilarious and it's really interesting. And if we really want to learn about the human experience in in more flexible way, I think those kind of moments are where the real raw data is. You know what I mean? I definitely love science. You know what I mean? But I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I'm just losing my mind already. Who knows? And I don't even know it yet, right? Or these are early signs of it. Speaking to myself with a camera and microphone. But, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this solid 52 minutes. Appreciate y'all. Please like, share the stream. Just like it doesn't cost you nothing. Um, and yeah, just I think we're streaming tomorrow with the team, three of us or two of us. I don't know. We'll see how they're feeling. But definitely streaming tomorrow, full podcast with the full team. That's coming. Go subscribe to Catincila. Go stream up the new original records because it is MTI Records. Oh no. Before I forget. For sure, fam. Um, Earlier today, I had a really interesting conversation with an upcoming Mexican rapper. I think I can safely say that. I'm not gonna say his name yet because I'm gonna try to have more conversations with him, right? And and I think I want to keep doing that. I want to keep finding different types of artists to either add to the team or if I can simply help in any way, do that because I really enjoy that. That was important, and I think I'm gonna continue working on that. But you know what? I'll just keep it there. We could talk about it another day. Yeah, and I'm just gonna drive myself home tomorrow. Another day, and yeah, appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for watching. Share it, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.